Knowing what's in our world is really important. Why? Because we like to know what the world around us is like, and that's why we have a map. For thousands of years, for centuries, for decades, people have been using maps all around the world, mainly to navigate where they're going. These days we don't use a map to locate where we're going because, well, we have Google Maps, we have our phone, we have satellite. But why are maps still common and found in houses, especially globes? So one good reason why we use maps is because, well, they're nice to look at. They're quite a decoration, don't you think? Quite nice thing are maps. Why? Well, it tells us information about the world around us. It gives us data, shows us where things are more precisely, and gives us quite accurate information. The map tells us loads of information, and if I have to hold a light bulb to actually show you it, the niche, then it can be really interesting at times, because you get to see telephone codes, you get to see where they might be. This light is annoying. You also get to see, burnt my hand. But it's also the fact that it includes this type of information. For example, it tells you how big a country may be, its capital, its currency, and, well, its population, for example. And even the country's domain address, and all the domain names that exist. And indeed, another really cool thing are abbreviations, which are also included on the map. And the type of map I own, Collins the World, is, well, features a very accurate map from the top of the world, which is based off a globe, a more rounded version of the world to show us what the world really looks like if it wasn't so flat. Here it is here from the other side of the world, and here it is from that angle. As you can see, it shows you in different perspectives, and then the world just entirely laid out in front of you, as well as easy ways to locate a place by using the coordinates provided, names of the oceans, and, well, abbreviations of all the different countries and states around the world. Heck, there's even some stuff on this that I didn't even know existed. George V land, Adélie, Wilkes Land, Bud Coast, Sabrina Coast, Balvernian 1, Mill 1, missing some, Davis Sea, King Leopold and Queen Astrid Coast, and much, much more that I didn't even know existed. Another really interesting one was Princess Elizabeth Land, which I never even heard of before. Maps are often quite cool like this. They provide many different names that you can read that include, well, many different websites that can give you the most accurate and up-to-date information for all different countries, as well as, for example, United Nations, UN Foreign Office, and much more. One thing, however, that I'll never understand about the map is these clocks are meant to represent time zones, I guess, but it didn't really make sense because it's just saying, what these are, even though, well, it's not always going to be 4 o'clock, is it? Maps are really cool when you think about it. It honestly is. And I definitely think that you should invest in a map if you don't have one. Why? Well, all the information I just showed you, you can find way more things you would find in Google Maps instead of scrolling through your screen, constantly looking for the thing you could have found on something as simple as this by looking at a simple text box or looking out really quick for a world in either Europe, Asia, America, North and South, don't forget, Australasia, Oceania, that's the same thing, Antarctica, I know my Africa, don't I know, but one great thing about maps is that you get the most accurate information without having to rely on the internet. For example, if you don't have the internet or you don't have full access, or maybe your phone doesn't support Google Maps, which I'm a bit concerned about you, I'm kidding, then, invest in something like this, or a globe. Either way, just as accurate. Maps, though, not as great, but great. They're able to provide all this information, and I think that's just amazing. Now, you might need a very big wall, like I do, but you don't, haha, but then again, you could just let it floor like as if you're in a planning room, ready for war. Hint hint, Russia. So make sure you invest in something like this, because it might come in handy sometime you're looking at from some facts for maybe geography or politics, or you might just want to find a random country you've never heard of it before, learn about it, and find all its information from down here, there, and all these wee boxes. It really is good, and Trust me, it's a great thing to invest in. Couple pound, couple dollars, wherever you may live, 4 or 5 at least. Something as great as this, without having to pay an internet bill, honestly, come on. And instead of having to scroll through Google Maps and slide trying to find little tiny things and zoom in, just instantly look, it's right there in front of you. And that's why maps are really good to invest in and why they're so good and information they can contain. I just explained to you all the different reasons why you should buy a map, why I have a map, and why, you might want to look at one even. No, you might think they're a really needless and pointless decoration for your house, you just have them on the wall. No, people have them because they love researching. It's great for school and educating yourself. If you're bored, you can have a wee look at your map. Presto, everything's sorted. You have so much to look at, and many different countries to find out about that you may have known about, that you may not have ever known about before. It really is something great to have a look at. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you haven't already, please hit the like button. I would really appreciate it. And also, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. It would help me a lot, as well as you can find more content like this, or some gaming videos, or anything of the like. Drop a comment below of what you want to see next, and even though if you're new, it's worth a try. Come on. Now, that's all from me. Get yourself a map, get yourself a very large wall, or get a table and make a war plan. For me, goodbye.